Picture this: confetti in the air, heartfelt vows, tears of joy, and then a scream that shatters the night. That is exactly what Coronation Street has in store for fans. And if you thought this spring on the cobbles was going to be all romance and celebration, think again. Because what starts as one of the most beautiful days in recent Corey history is about to end in absolute chaos, with a murder that nobody saw coming and 5 suspects firmly in the frame. Welcome back to Corey Daily Drama. If you are a fan of Coronation Street, you are absolutely going to want to stay with us for every single detail of what is about to unfold on the street. So let's set the scene. Coronation Street fans have been waiting a long time for this moment, and we mean a genuinely long time. The union between Carla Connor and Lisa Swain is a historic milestone for Coronation Street. The show has never before featured a successful lesbian wedding ceremony. British brief previous attempts at lesbian unions on the program have ended in disappointment or tragedy. Sophie Webster was famously jilted at the altar in 2011, while Rana Habib tragically died before she could exchange vows in 2019. British brief, so when we say that this wedding carries enormous emotional weight, we genuinely mean it. The Corey fandom has been burned before, and the stakes for this particular celebration could not feel higher. Now, for those of you who may not have been following every twist and turn of the Carla and Lisa story, affectionately nicknamed Swarla by devoted fans, let's get you fully up to speed. The romantic relationship between Carla Connor and DS Lisa Swain began developing over several weeks, with their chemistry building steadily throughout 2024. British brief following an evening of drinking at the Rovers' return, Lisa stayed at Carla's flat. As she prepared to leave the next morning, Carla made a bold move by stopping her with a simple yet suggestive command: "Don't." The moment led to a passionate kiss, marking the official beginning of their relationship. British brief from that point on, the pair became one of the most talked about couples on the cobbles, and viewer support for them was immediate and overwhelming. But their road to happiness was far from smooth. Their future together moves quickly once Becky is out of the picture, with wedding bells starting to ring again. Soap opera daily, the chaos that nearly destroyed them is finally behind them, and Corey has been promising fans a romantic spring full of joy, and now it appears that promise is being delivered. Disaster strikes in the lead up to the big day when Debbie reveals the hotel's function room is flooded, forcing Carla and Lisa's original wedding plan to be canceled. TV guide, but far from falling apart, Lisa refuses to be defeated. She secretly pulls together a new plan, luring Carla to the hotel under the pretense of a free lunch, only for Carla to discover a surprise wedding setup waiting for her. With help from Ryan, Roy, and Betsy, the ceremony goes ahead, with the pair exchanging heartfelt vows and rings. TV guide, and just when you think it cannot get any more romantic, when Carla is called to the factory over an alarm, she is stunned to find it transformed into their wedding reception, complete with all their friends waiting. TV guide, it is the kind of spontaneous, joyful, utterly Coronation Street moment that fans have been dreaming of for this couple. And from everything we have seen and heard, it is going to be every bit as emotional as we all hoped. Actress Vicky Myers, who portrays Lisa Swain, explained the character's motivations, noting that what Ryan tells Lisa is essentially about how Carla just wants to marry her. Any hour, any venue will do. And that sets something off in Lisa, who realizes they do not need all the big fuss, which Carla did not particularly want anyway. British brief that is pure Carla Connor, is it not? Strip away the noise, forget the grand venue, and just make it real. And now, it is set to be a lovely day before a grisly murder is uncovered. TV Guide. This is where things take a very dark turn. Coronation Street has confirmed that the show's latest death mystery kicks off just hours after Carla and Lisa Swain's wedding. Yahoo! The groundbreaking flash-forward episode began with a police interview taking place on April 23, 2026. A shocked and anxious Betsy Swain is seen telling detectives about finding the dead body of someone she knows. Dressed in wedding clothes, she explains that she had been at the marriage of her mom, Lisa Swain, to Carla, but was heading into town when she made the shocking discovery. ITV, that is utterly chilling. The same day, the same beautiful day that Betsy watched her mum walk down the aisle ends with her stumbling across a corpse on the streets of Weatherfield. It is classic, devastating, brilliant Corey storytelling. Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Maggie Driscoll, Jody Ramsey, and Carl Webster were unveiled as each potentially having reason to be brutally killed. ITV 5 characters, 5 sets of enemies, 5 potential victims, and only one of them is going to lose their life. As the episode came to a close, the 5 characters were seen on the cobbles as Lisa and Carla's wedding fireworks lit up the night sky. A battered and bruised Carl, a frantic Jody, a menacing Maggie, a bloody-nosed Megan, and a furtive Theo stared into the darkness. In the final moments, the terrified scream of Betsy Swain filled the air. ITV, it is the kind of cliffhanger that has had fans absolutely losing their minds, and honestly, rightfully so. Executive producer Kate Brooks explained that the murder mystery would involve an awful lot of the community, describing it as something involving everyone. Every character group is impacted, everyone is affected by the story, and there's so many twists and turns. 24H magazine, she noted that in her time on the show, she had never told a story that touched quite so many characters all at once. That is a bold statement for a show that has been running for over 60 years, and it tells you everything you need to know about just how significant this storyline is going to be. Now, the fan reaction to all of this has been absolutely extraordinary. The Swarla wedding alone had viewers emotional before a single episode aired. Viewers took to social media platforms to express their excitement, with fans praising the representation and chemistry between the characters. One fan wrote, "I can't cope with seeing Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain like this," while another declared, "What a day to be gay." British Brief, and when the Flash Forward episode aired back in February, Corey fans joked that someone is getting fired after the groundbreaking episode was uploaded to YouTube on Friday, giving away vital details ahead of that evening's broadcast. Ground news, even the accidental early release became a talking point, which only goes to show just how desperately invested the audience is in finding out who dies. The murder mystery has also sparked a frenzy of fan theories. A new theory has suggested that Mal Roper could be behind the murder, with fans pointing to his increasingly erratic and dangerous behavior. TV Guide, one viewer commented that he is a psycho and entirely capable of murder, while another suggested that Roy's roles catching fire could be connected to a confrontation involving Mal. Meanwhile, a Coronation Street star appeared to accidentally hint at a major spoiler when the actor playing Carl Webster shared behind-the-scenes photos online, prompting fans to question whether his character survives. GB News, when pressed by fans, the actor offered only a teasing response, saying, "Maybe some goodbye photos," sending the internet into an absolute spiral of speculation. One fan desperately hoped the posts were a bluff, while another echoed the sentiment, saying, "I fear he's bluffing. I really hope Carl stays. Redemption arc." And then there is the Theo Silverton angle, which cannot be ignored. It has been reported that Theo Silverton has been written out of the soap, with actor James Cartwright preparing to film his last scenes. A Coronation Street spokesperson confirmed that James joined on a finite contract and was aware of his character's story arc and how long he would be in the show. TV Guide given that Theo is already one of the 5 named potential victims and that his exit has been confirmed. Many fans believe he is the most likely candidate to meet his end on April 23rd. But then again, this is Coronation Street. Just when you think you have it figured out, the writers pull the rug out from under you completely. Looking ahead, the significance of this wedding and this murder goes far beyond a single dramatic episode. This combination of historic representation and classic soap opera drama ensures that Coronation Street's first lesbian wedding will be remembered as both a landmark moment for inclusion and a typically dramatic Weatherfield event, blending celebration with the unexpected twists that have defined the series for decades. British brief that really does say it all, does it not? And with Carla and Lisa hearing a scream during their wedding festivities, but mistakenly attributing it to a fox and continuing to watch their fireworks display, unaware of the tragedy unfolding nearby. British brief the writers have crafted a heartbreaking dramatic irony that will linger long after the episode airs. The happiest moment of their lives, and they have no idea what is happening just around the corner. So to bring everything together, Coronation Street is heading into one of its most ambitious and emotional storylines in recent memory. Carla and Lisa are finally getting their long-awaited wedding day, a spontaneous and deeply romantic celebration that has had fans counting down the days. But the joy is brutally short-lived, because by the time the fireworks fade on April 23rd, someone on the cobbles will be dead. Betsy Swain will be sitting in a police station in her wedding outfit, traumatized and in tears. And the whole of Weatherfield will be changed forever, with 5 suspects, a string of unanswered questions, and some very telling social media activity from the cast. This is shaping up to be the most talked about Corey storyline of the year. We want to know what you think. Who do you believe is going to be murdered on April 23rd? Is it Theo, finally facing the consequences of his monstrous behavior? Is it Carl, whose manipulation and scheming have made him enemies across the street? Could it be Maggie, Megan, or Jody? Drop your theories in the comments below. We genuinely read every single one of them, and we cannot wait to see what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and make sure you are subscribed to Corey Daily Drama so you never miss a single update from Weatherfield. There is so much more to come this year, and we will be right here covering every twist, every shock, and every dramatic moment as it unfolds. See you in the next one.